Okay, just double checking, making sure no sound is leaking out from any place, but we're back again. Um, so today we're going back to Blue Skies. The last stream, the audio, after I checked, was absolutely atrocious. I mean, okay, well that's good. Thanks, Ray. So my audio should be fine. Shane and I went together to fix it up before I started a game night stream. Unfortunately, I forgot to save the game night stream, so I have to redo some Sonic 3 Knuckles, which is not really a problem. So I'll be playing that again another night. Maybe I'll even do it tonight if I feel really bored. I don't know. Xenos, I think, should be joining us at some point. Well, let me just go ahead and switch over to yeah, what I'm doing. So actually, let me go ahead and copy over. So Xenos just sent me a screenshot of a portion of the island. If you guys aren't on the Emerald Nova Discord, let me go ahead and throw you guys a join link. Let me see. There in chat. And that way you guys can actually hop on, and if you wanted to talk and chat during the stream, assuming you're nice about it, you can go ahead and do that. So, oh, what's that line up there? It's probably his capture setup. Anyway, so the island model seems to be working in the Saturn better than it was before. We got it down to 523 quads, which is good, and oh, 523 total. This is just a segment of the mountain. And I think I've addressed the problem from last time where the orientation that Joe decided to use was different than the standard orientation of the model importer. So I think he went with Z positive up as opposed to Y negative up. I'm trying to make sure that everything is coming out correctly. So, obviously that background is not correct, but being able to move left and right and having the water level at rotation x0 is ideal. So that's the thing though, is if I'm thinking about it, rotation around y should be my vertical axis. So maybe we're not quite there yet in terms of fixing the coordinate system, but it should be good enough for now. Let me just try one last patch up. I remember last time I did this, we went down a rabbit hole of doing some random crap. Hopefully the way I do it this time won't break it completely.
Can you hear?
So Xenos, I see you're in chat. You wanna say hi or something, just to make sure that the audio is still working?
Hello.
Oh my goodness, Zeno, you gotta turn up your gain all the way up. Let me see if it can't boost your output. I don't know why you're coming out so quiet, because when I was testing with Randomon and Shane, they were coming out just fine. My output levels are maxed out. I don't know what else I can do to boost you. Can you try again? Because that was a similar problem as last time, where basically no one can hear you. What?
My audio is at max, I think. Can you hear me now?
Only just barely, and I'm sure the people in stream can't hear you at all. Thing is, I tested this with someone else's mic, but you weren't available at the time. I don't know if I have to boost you even more than I was before. So, Ray, you're saying you can hear Xenos? You have to speak up louder than that. I know you're talking, I just can't hear what you're saying.
Hello?
Louder.
Yeah. Why is this not working?
So I'm gonna turn you up locally for me just so I can hear you. Ray. Okay, you can understand? Okay, well that's good enough for now. So Zenos, I boosted your audio locally. I don't know if it's not gonna change on the stream though.
Alright.
Okay, well at least I can hear you. Hopefully everyone else can too. So vertically, oh my goodness. Yeah, I forgot to change the inputs. Uh, so, oh yeah, there's a different input handler. I forgot. I split that off. Up and
Well,
down key.
well, the Discord is well, Discord can see my audio. I have audio in Discord.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
Discord can see your audio. What I'm saying is that your volume is so incredibly low that I have to boost you all the way up just to hear you.
how about now?
I mean, the thing is, I've artificially boosted you, so it's hard to tell. But if Ray says you're good, then you're good. Um,
Okay, then let's test that later. I don't know if I should do a hardware test for the island chunk.
um, for now, I mean, I don't have. Well, I mean, technically, I have the setup. I just haven't bothered fixing it up yet. Uh, to do that.
Okay.
Okay,
So it's
let's. So I've taken off that 90-degree offset on the x-axis.
so I already crunched down most of the I crunched down all of the textures. I just need to convert them to TGA so that
Huh. Okay.
let me see if I can find my audio gain again.
I think I still needed that 360 in there. That Fantasy Star 4 soundtrack is a little bit harsh. There we go. So right, yeah. Obviously the CD8 is a great testing tool. Right now I'm still mostly focusing on Mendefend because we don't have a lot in terms of playable stuff. I'm hoping that today we'll be able to. Oh, son of a. Okay, what happened? Okay, I can go all the way up and down and okay, so that's broken. So what I want to be able to do is go from between 0 and okay, let's What?
I'm testing my microphone.
Okay, well, whatever you said before was incredibly quiet. So let's see. If I go greater than 89. Times. Where's that degree to angle thing? So this, for some reason, the rotation's stored in radians as opposed to solid angles.
You could hear me on the Shiro stream. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, that's the thing. When I was testing it with other people's microphones, it was fine. It's your microphone for some reason that's off. But yeah, for now it should be working. Ray says you're good. Right now I just want to fix it. So for now, I think I'm just gonna get rid of this check because I know what the logic I want to do for that to fix it is. I just don't feel like doing it right now. Basically, I just have to gate the logic around it to make sure that if
No.
what?
I don't know. I just adjusted my audio gain. I finally found it.
Okay, well actually that kind of reduced your audio quality a bit. So what kind of microphone are you using? That's the thing.
My laptop microphone, and it's getting. I can see it.
Yeah. So the thing is, you are crunching the crap out of your sound. So it sounds like you're like screaming into a mic and just reducing the volume. Like you're doing a lot of peaking and stuff. I don't know that whatever you're doing is working. You should reset what you just did. Okay.
Okay. How about now?
I mean your audio quality is still pretty bad, but I can at least understand you. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Good.
What?
Okay, good. It's fine. It's not registering as much as before, but at least it's something.
I mean, yeah, the audio quality. Don't you have like an actual mic, like not a laptop mic, but like a real one?
Maybe. Wait, but I have to hold it.
I mean, you can clip it on or tape it or whatever, or like suspend it with a wire, but like. Joe 3D rotate matrix. Okay, so what are we doing right now that's different? Thing is, I like being able to use the. I mean, ideally, we'd just be using SGL angles, right? As opposed to integers. And Joe likes to do all this bespoke stuff. I'm not sure why. Because, you know, there's a certain... Let me see if it's under math. Oh, boy. So, let's see. We go to math. So, he has, like, radians in here and stuff. So, when he says radians, so he's got, like, I'm assuming a fixed that operates exactly as radians would be. So, like, 3.14 or something like that would be actual pi, or 180 degrees. But he doesn't have, like, a SGL compatible angle, I don't think. I think
How's this?
that's better. At least the quality's better.
Okay.
And this all feels a little bit silly, having Joe signing multiply by 4. It's just bit shifting by 2. Okay. So okay, anyway, I'm complaining too much. In terms of the angle, we're just gonna play with angles compatible with this demo so that we don't screw anything up in the meantime. Oh, it's under 3D.
Raised is fine.
This is better.
Okay, good. This is my Wii U microphone.
I mean, it's any USB mic is going to be better than a built-in laptop mic. It just, I mean, really, ideally, you'd have a headset or a proper microphone. Yeah, Ray says it's much better. Because like right now, what I'm using is I'm using like a I think it's like a $50 mic or something like that, but it's plugged into an XLR and a sound audio interface. Obviously overkill, but most people get away with just having like a normal headset. Although those always break on me, but like any USB mic with a stand should be good.
I lost the stand, I had one.
I mean, you can literally just make one out of cardboard if you have to, and some duct tape. Yeah, the Snowball is what everyone is like. It's a good entry-level USB mic.
Let's see if I can get one. If this is fine, this is fine.
I mean, ideally, you have something where you don't have to keep messing with it, because every time you change position, like if I'm over here, or if I'm facing another direction, my audio quality goes down. So you should have something that you can always put in the same place, so that your audio quality stays consistent, especially if you're going to be doing the streaming stuff.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so I know we're looking in here for rotations. So we have Joe 3D Push Matrix, which I assume is just literally just a call to SGL. And then Pop Matrix, again, probably just literally a one-line call to SGL. So we have short rotations. So those are just integers. And then we have floats for some freaking reason. Oh, his radians are floats. Oh, that's disgusting. Why aren't we using fixed? Okay. Joe, translate matrix fixed. What about rotate matrix fixed? Or rotate matrix angle with a proper angle? You know what? We might just we might convert this all to integers, and just have them. Yeah, let's do that.
I'm gonna go test the island on hardware.
Okay, good. And if it works, then maybe we can just finally port it in. So what changes have you made since the last iteration?
I just fixed the name.
That's it? But
Yeah,
no, from the last iteration, as in like the last thing I tested, Island 10, from this morning. So like how many things have changed? What?
I have I fixed the triangles and that should be it. And I changed the position. No, I didn't change the position. I just fixed the triangles, so I removed all triangles.
Okay, so you just removed tries, but it was working before, so it probably didn't need to be fixed, but okay, fine, whatever. If it works on hardware, it works.
Yeah, and I need everything to be quads for the textures to work.
Yes, that's generally the case. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of all the Phantasy Star 1 through 4 stuff because it's the audio quality isn't great in terms of just like the instruments they use are too harsh. It works on the Genesis, it doesn't work on stream. Okay, so where is rotation even? Position 3D F. Okay, you know what? Let's translate. So translate integer. Why isn't Joe using fixed? I don't understand. Oh, there it is. Okay, Joe fixed. So let's just go with the Joe fixed. No, I don't need a function call there. Joe underscore fixed, right? Okay, yeah. XYZ. And then he's using shorts, right? So okay, now we're using shorts, and then we can stop doing all these random freaking conversions. Because I'm used to using angles. Hmm. Yeah, this is an old function I ported in from elsewhere, but I'll let's hide that for now, and we'll get back to it. Okay, angle increment. Let's just do +1. So angle increment should now be a short. Fixed. Or let's stick with the Joe primaries from now until we decide to move on later. So movement speed. So before, wait, what was I using before? It was an int, now it's fixed. So let's go 16, bit shift 16. Because Joe goes so off base off of Saturn conventions, and he has to know that floats are not something we want to do. So Joe position 3D fixed. That seems like an awfully long way to type just to get. Yeah, it's not even on here. I mean, it's literally just Joe fixed, but with 3 of them. Yeah, it's literally just 3 Joe fixeds. But yeah, we can do it that way. Just because then I would like to keep things in a way that will allow us to help out other people trying to use Joe Engine more closely. Sorry, what?
By the way, when I transfer an ISO to the SD card, it tells me it can transfer some of its properties, and that they'll get left behind or something.
Well, we don't need ISO metadata. We just need the ISO itself. I mean, yeah.
And you only need the ISO. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, how have you been doing it before, though?
I think only the ISO, and I had to wait for a while for the space station to load on Saturn.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, what do you mean? Wait, what space station? What are you talking about?
The last time anything worked on hardware was the space station.
What space station? What are you talking about?
Scenario.
Okay, so
or space station in Scenario. That was the last thing that worked.
Okay, so by space station, do you mean the actual contest build for Scenario?
Yes.
Okay, so say that. I don't know what you mean by just space station. You mean like a model tester, something you were playing with by yourself? I don't know. I know what the contest build for Scenario is. So yeah, that's the last thing you test in hardware.
Yeah.
Okay. Angle increment. Angle is now stored as a short. So +1 works fine. So 0.05. What's 0.05 times 0.05 times 180 divided by 3.141. It's basically 3. Okay, so that's 3 degrees. Let's take it down to 2 degrees. Be a little bit slower. Oh, whoa. No, that's not what I meant. Rot.rx. By that we mean rotation on x. 3. Oh, dang it. Okay, and then we took the gate off for now. Degree to radians. So let's do, that's on y, so let's do y. Angle increment. Divide by 2. Technically that's a bit shift to the right, but okay, I'll just do bit shift. Keep things proper and relatively optimized. So here's the thing: 4/5 operated on a short. Is that even going to do anything? Let's make sure we preserve order of operations just in case. 4 times angle increment divided by 5. So if the angle increment is 5, it'll become 20 divided by 5 is 4. And then once it becomes 4, 4 times 4 is 16. Divided by 5, that will take it down to 3. And then 12 by 5 will take it down to 2. And then 8 by 5 will be 1. And 5 by 5. Or 4 by 5, actually, yeah. So by the time it's 1, 4 by 5, we'll take it down to 0. Okay, so it actually will converge. That's good. I should do a find replace on these guys, but I'm afraid to break anything else. So I'll just okay, so this is if it's less than 0, go up to 360. If it's greater than 360, subtract 360. Not a fan of this song. Off playlist. I'm changing an awful lot of things, and probably with little visible results, if any. This could probably be done in a loop, actually, but here I am, not doing that. Oh, here's another issue. We're using sine and cosine. So let's go back up to math. Hey, Waterfuel, I see that you're on the stream chat. You want to come say hi? I don't know if he's still awake or whatever. So, cosine and sine. Thing is, I'm trying to take an integer argument for sine and output a fixed. That's kind of a weird order. Oh, you sure? Okay. Well, I just wanted to double check just for my own sanity. I don't like this one.
I'm getting farther with the new build. It loads, and then I can turn towards the mountain, and then it freezes.
Okay, can you explain that? What?
Well, I'm, I'm I spawn and I'm pointing towards the airport as I always do, and it says it's 60 frames per second, and I can just see the tip of the mountain, and then I turn towards the mountain, and then the game freezes.
I don't know what that could be. So the mountain is not using any weird textures or any non-quads or anything like that, and it's
No,
part of the
no,
same mesh.
and it's displaying correctly up until it freezes.
Yeah, the thing is, it's freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so something about the mountain is throwing it off, and I think it's a texture display issue. That's my best guess.
It has about 7 textures. 7 32 by 32 textures. I'm gonna go check the textures.
Okay. And again, the 32 by 32 textures are way overkill. No one's ever going to see that. Like,
I know. I just have to see how much I can get away with, but shouldn't it be able to load that many textures?
I don't know. That's the thing. You're putting a lot of textures that are way too big into it. I don't know if it's going to have a problem displaying it. I mean, it's loading, otherwise you wouldn't have gotten that far. Unless it ran out of space to load and somehow it kept going.
What about the thing XL2 said that not enough memory was allotted to the textures? Could that be a thing?
Again, like I said, I don't know if it's going to try loading it and then give up halfway through and still let you keep going with the program. But the point is, like, have you tried not having those massive textures?
Yeah, I tried using like only 7 of them, but
No, not only 7. I mean, like, actually shrinking down the textures.
yeah, I shrunk down all the textures, but I didn't convert them to TGA yet, so I don't know.
So that means you haven't tried it yet because you haven't applied it to the model.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's what I'm trying to get at. But my best guess is that that's the issue, is that the textures are something about the textures are the problem. That's the only explanation that makes sense to me. Remember, Joe Engine's also taking up a chunk of real estate. Joe fixed mult. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So we have movement speed that is a fixed, and the return from sign that is a fixed. Okay, and now the rotation are now in degrees, and that's got to be already an int, so we can just skip all the way down to this. And then hopefully nothing in the game will require sub-integer precision on the part of the rotations. Okay. There is a disturbing amount of positional logic in the inputs, but I will live with it for now. Oh, of course. Okay, where's the first error? Because that's probably where everything's propagating from.
So the textures seem to be fine. They're all 32 by 32 and 32-bit, and they all have only 15 or 8 colors.
So like I said, if all the textures on the mountain are fine, but it's crashing when you go look at the mountain, what's near the mountain? Everything's on the same mesh, right? It's not just the mountain; it's the whole island.
No, it's only the mountain.
You're only having okay. So explain, because the model tester is only built to look at one model at a time.
I'm only looking at the mountain.
So as in you have a model that is the mountain, and there's nothing else on the model. Okay, and when you view it, that's when you crash.
Yeah, if I can see the tip of the mountain, and when I turn to the right and see the entire mountain, the program freezes.
As in you can't move anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so then one of the textures on the mountain is causing an issue. So why don't you let me look? We'll I gotta fix something on here first, but after that, let's take a look at this thing. Oh crap, where is it? Oh, this is scenario. Why am I looking at scenario? This should be in there we go. I had scenario open to copy some code over. So let me let me just change these file types. Oh boy. Main.c line 30. No, it wasn't 30. Okay. Rotate matrix. So rotate matrix without the rad on it. If I look at 3D. So I don't want to lose track of where I'm at. And after this, we'll go to the model tester and see what's actually going on. Thing is, XL2 basically doesn't have any time anymore. He's a dad, and oh boy. And not just that, but also, you know, he's not very well inclined to like just provide extra feature support on demand like that, because most of what he builds is mostly for him, and he doesn't want to deal with the complaints of things not working. Because he didn't sign up for that. He signed up to make his own game, not everyone else's. Okay, so translate matrix fixed. There we go. There's no longer radians. This doesn't make any sense. Why is the translation... Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, it's a sky. So if I recall correctly, we were using radians before on floats. Rad Z. Okay, so instead of rad Z, float. Thing is, it's hard to translate from float. So 100 times a float. Yeah, I don't even know what to make of that. Oh, okay. So it looks like 100 times is just an estimate to get radians to conform to integers. Joe 3D translate matrix. There. So this is on integers. Okay, that should be fine. And then matrix. Okay, so that should probably work. All right, let's try to compile. Ah, crap. Okay, I forgot. So there's some other stuff. Come on. So really, the proper way of handling angles is to actually use the SGL angle type, and that will automatically loop things, and it's easy for branch cut comparison and stuff like that. But what we got right now is what we got. Oh my goodness. Is neither array nor pointer or vector. What? Rotation should be defined as part of input, and input defines it. Oh, XYZ. And that probably needs to be there. No, that's there. It's there, and it's there. So what is the problem now? Position. How did this somehow break? It's saying position isn't an array. Okay, okay, you know what? Forget this, because Joe is trying to reinvent the wheel and he doesn't need to. Just Joe fixed with an XYZ on it is exactly how it would be done in SGL. It's how everyone who's developing on Saturn knows how to use it. Oh boy. Now what? Invalid initializer. How is 0 invalid? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have an aneurysm here. Binary. Oh, that should not be 3D. That should just be a Joe fixed. Okay, there we go. It's something we forgot to sanitize there. That makes some amount of sense. Input on 98 and... yeah. See, this is understandable. So it's not an array with 3 values. It's a struct, which... I mean, why? I'm guessing if you have some stuff that depends on it being a struct, but... I don't know. Oh, great, and things are broken. Fantastic. Did all that just to break the thing that I had working. So if I turn right... Okay, so let's check. If it's less than 0... Huh. it's a signed short. It's not unsigned, so I should be able to take it to negative values, right? Okay, so let's go and change the movement speed. I think it's not movement speed, it's just rotation. An angle increment of plus minus 1 is about as slow as you're going to get it. Also, the water is not even displaying right anymore. Oh, position is fixed, but it's not initialized as fixed. That is an issue. I was too close to the water. There we go. Okay, I can't go further on Y. Now, why is that? Oh boy, I can't go to the right at all. Okay. Let's fix that. Okay, left and right. Left, angle increment +1, angle increment -1. No, okay, well this is not going to do anything for me. Yeah, this is a terrible remix. What is this? That's gone. Okay. Angle increment, so rotation Y. Okay, so if it's less than 0, we add 360 to it. If it's greater than or equal to 360, we take it off. That makes perfect sense. Why doesn't it work? And it's breaking, I think, on Z, right? So there's nothing to do with movement speed yet. It's just everything is on 0. So there's 0 movement speed, so it's just the rotation, just the display of it. So for some reason, okay, let's keep track of these numbers again. Because for some reason it doesn't want to work on that. And it's asymmetric too. I can't go right, but I can go left. So I can go right up until I hit... Oh, I can go right. What's going on? So, go left. All right. Did I unbreak it? What's going on? I don't remember even changing anything that could do this. Oh boy. The sky is not reacting well. I think because of the display code for the sky, it still thinks it's fixed somewhere, doesn't it? Oh yeah, it's 100 is way too much. Let's try that. Well, yeah, shifting 1 when the increment was 1 was just gonna make it go away. So, like, I guess that fixed it somehow. Oh my goodness. Um, So it looks like we're zoomed way too far into the sky. So, trying to think with Joe's logic, what's directly in front of you? Is it X or Y or Z? Okay, let's just try one thing at a time. We're going to set this back to 100. See if that helps. Also, I think that sky texture just in general is the wrong size, and we might have to change it. Okay. So, you have to... Z is directly in front of you, but actually that's proper Saturn logic, right? Yeah, this is actually a pretty respectable scroll. And if I go up... Oh, okay, there we go. We just can't go higher than 309. Or no, 311. We just can't go higher than 311. And if we go to... Okay, well, so something changed. So when I do this... crap. It's that rotation. The rotation on X, when it switches between 360 to 0, it does this weird crap. Or actually, Xenos, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember for the background that you made, it was just the sky gradient. It's supposed to get darker as you go up, right? And bright on the horizon?
Yes.
Okay. So at least the orientation is correct. Okay. Gotta limit it to 313, but for some reason, when I dive down, the sky quality just completely changes. Like the whole thing ships down. What's going on between 360 and 0 on X? Oh, okay. So here, at 360, 360 plus, it's going to go 360 plus 90. So, oh, Ray, you're heading out? Yeah, I still have to upload. I have so many old archives that I've processed and haven't uploaded yet. I got to do that. My YouTube channel's rotting right now. But yeah, thanks for hopping on. I just noticed my Twitch title is just completely wrong. Yeah, screw it. Okay, I'll fix it later. Fix it in post. Yeah, we don't need too many more lyrics on the stream. Yeah. So I mean, at this time zone, I don't think anyone's actually like gonna be watching anyway, so I don't have to fix the metrics on what I'm saying. Because right now I'm saying I'm streaming Sonic 3. That's clearly not what's going on right now. I might do that again tonight, but just not right now. Okay. Let's actually fix this. So this is VDP2, RGB 0, planes A and B, if I recall correctly. So we have to have adjusted X rotation. And this is a short. This is equal to rotation X plus 90. But we have to sanitize it. If X is greater than 360, greater than or equal to 360. Sanitize rotation to keep smooth over branch cut. So rotation X should then be minus equal 360. And I feel like I don't have to sanitize it the other way if it's less than 0, but let's just do that anyway because, you know, it's good practice. Prevent negative rotation. Okay, and that should fix that weird crossover behavior when we dip down. And it didn't. Why didn't it do that? Oh, because I didn't actually implement anything. There, that'll actually do it. Okay, first off, the label on this is incorrect. This is not Sonic and the Black Knight. This is Sonic and the Secret Rings. And Sonic and the Secret Rings is an underrated soundtrack. Okay, what we need to do, we need to shift this whole thing up. Okay, how do I ascend? Ascend, there we go. This whole thing deserves to be shifted up. Oh, I don't like that. I don't know what I just did there, but I don't like it. So, on screen, we want to give it negative is up, I believe, right? So let's just give it an extra 50 or so for the sky. Get rid of this. Give the sky extra leeway upwards. Well, that didn't do what I thought it was going to do. I guess plus is up. There we go. Oh, okay, that was a little bit too much. 50 is too much. Let's try 45. Basically, I just want it when it's off screen, you know, basically, I shouldn't see any seams, but oh, just barely. 45 is not. Let's try 40. 40 should be fine. Then we'll see how far we can actually go upward without an issue. Aha! And then it looks like 312? Yeah, 312. So what's 360 minus 312? So 48. Basically, we can't go higher than a 48-degree climb without breaking the sky. But maybe what we can do is we can moderate the amount that the sky is rotating. Now I'm trying to think of a way to do that without making things really weird. We could try bit shift to the right by 1. But here's the thing. That's gonna screw things up even worse because the branch cup is on 360, and that's where the changeover is happening. So, let's make another short called sky adjust. And we're just going to call that 40 for now. So set sky adjust offset. So if rotation on X is less than or is greater than 180, that means it's on facing upward. So we want to subtract sky adjust, not rotation X. No, wait, that was fine. Sky adjust minus equals half the distance between 360 and the rotation X. So if it's at actually we want to add to it. So if it's at like 350 degrees, we're gonna make it act like it's actually at 355. Because 360 minus 350 will be 10. Bit shifted to the right by 1 is going to make it 5. So we add that 5 onto the angle of 350, make it act like 355. And then if it's on the downward slope, oops. Downward slope, then we're just going to make it facing downward, means we're going to do subtraction instead. So if it's facing 10 degrees, that's downward 10 degrees. So we subtract out the 5. Makes it act like it's on 5 degrees. So it's going to moderate the amount that the sky is adjusting. So I think Xenos I might have brought this up when we were on the Shiro stream. We were talking about bulk slash. The cylindrical background wasn't doing the full rotation relative to the orientation of the spacecraft. Seriously?
Yeah, I saw that. But it looked like you could at least look right up or right down, or at least there was the illusion of looking straight up or down.
I don't recall seeing it like that. Okay, what is going on? Did I get the signs wrong? I'm just trying to moderate the effect. So at 0, it shouldn't affect anything. Unless I'm doing something wrong. So yeah, so if zeroing out the effect doesn't fix that, then what's going on? Oh, okay, this is with plus 90 on it. So with plus 90, I mean, really what I should be checking against is not the adjusted rotation, but the original rotation. That's what I forgot. Okay, moderating effect is not as strong as I wanted it to be, but that's probably because I forgot I switched the signs on there, thinking I did something wrong. Okay, so the offset is too strong with this now. Aha, okay, there we go. And we can go all the way to... upward to 294. So that's an improvement. So the overall logic seems to be fine. 294, 60. So now we have a climb of 66 degrees. I think if we make this a little bit more aggressive and take away the initial adjust, or at least reduce it down to very weak, we could probably get away with more. Be able to scroll all the way up to 90. What? Why is it weaker now? Oh, wait. Maybe I was, Okay, let's keep it at 0 for now. And go back to adjustive 1/2. So 343. We want to get it stronger. So let's see what happens when we lower this down to 0. Okay, it doesn't move, which is okay, pretty good. So let's do this is now half. So with half, so we had full adjustment. So now let's try 3/4 adjustment. Or sorry, wait, is that 3 halves? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's overcompensating. So what I was trying to do is 3/4. I should have done this. Almost. You could try 7/8 maybe. 325. We're trying to hit 270 before things cross over. Almost there. Yeah, there's weird crossover behavior, but we can fix that in a second. So it's not quite 270. So let's go one further. So it's 16. So we can do 15/16. And then we'll make the effect weaker as is necessary. Why is it crossing over though? Oh, because I'm trying to hit 270. Okay, so let's initialize our angle on X to, okay, so 270. 271. So with this little optical illusion, we should be able to get 89 or 90 degrees of climb. Probably just 89. Oh, there we go. And actually, it's still kind of too strong. So let's, instead of doing 15/16 adjustment, we'll do 14. Isn't that the same as 7/8 though? Okay, so 15/16 was the magic number. Okay, so now we can program in up to 89 degrees of climb and the full tilt, and it should not make anything weird happen on the background. Point the camera back down. Thing is that it's a very weak adjustment on the let's try on the input. Where's the input for? Is greater than 180 and less than 271. We make it equal to 271. It should stop me from going too high. Or low, depending on how you view it. Mm-hmm. And now we probably need to do the same thing so that we can't do anything more than a vertical or nosedive. So, here I'm just going to say climb, prevent going over vertical axis. And maybe we'll replace that later by saying so we'll replace it later by saying actually when you do that, when you go past 270 or 271 or whatever, we'll just flip the Y rotation or the Z rotation, whichever one's appropriate. I forget which, and hopefully that will take care of that.
So you can't stop the backdrop from tiling on the vertical axis.
I don't follow. What?
Like, if you climb too high, then the background starts again from the bottom.
Yeah, so right now I'm compensating for that by slowing down the scroll. So I'm giving it a different effective rotation than what the player is actually flying with. So if you see, we can dive down, and we can't go more than a nosedive, and that's fine. When we climb up, we stop at 89-degree climb.
Yeah, but you can't tell it to just only do one backdrop and then go to a preset color, like show the
So here, let me attempt something like that. So when we draw the sky, so we can actually just look up this function. The argument is use scroll format. It's already false. So when we have Joe background 3D plane B, when we load up the background, we have it set to true that it repeats and there is a vertical flip. So we can try turning off full vertical flip. We set that to false. We can turn off the repeat, but I believe the problem is when we try to scroll to all the way to the right, a 360-degree rotation. So yeah, we get that. Because it doesn't repeat.
so it also doesn't repeat on the horizontal axis.
Yeah. So we can try to compensate for that by giving it a an additional Z rotation. So I can give it a 180-degree Z rotation and see if that helps. I don't think it will. So when we draw it, we draw the sky. We had 180 to the Z. And also, let me get this default back to 0, so we're actually facing the right way. So going left, so maybe 180 might be too strong. Maybe we can get away with 90. '90's not quite strong enough, and even here, so 90 we get to see the problem branch itself. So here we're at 0. There's a little bit chunk missing on the left. We go a little bit more and we head to basically the 360 area. There's a big chunk missing on the right, so we kind of need the repeat there. We can't get away from that. And I don't know if there's an SGL. I mean, there probably is, but I have to look it up. And Ray's not here to help me look for it if he knows. But there's probably an SGL flag to make it tile or repeat on one direction and not the other. But for now, we need to tell it to repeat.
I understand.
What?
What you just said, and I understand.
Yeah. But for now, with this limitation, and I want a little bit more rotation on the bank. That's the thing is... So angle increment, let's just do 2. Or, okay, 1, the rotation speed is fine for me. It's just the bank. I want more bank. So maybe let's... let's try 3. See what happens when we do angle increment of 3. I was supposed to go check out the island, but I keep getting lost doing this stuff. I don't even know. Well, how long have we been on? Almost 2 hours. Just doing this stuff. I haven't even gotten to default flight controls. I need to put the plane on the screen. Let's do that next. Oh, that's too fast. That is way too fast. Okay, we'll do angle increment 2. Actually, the speed was fine. It was the rotation that might have been too much, maybe. I don't know. Find out. Yeah, it still feels really fast. We gotta moderate the rotation a bit, so we'll divide that by 1 like it was before. Wait. What is it saying I did? On Z. Angle increment minus 2Z? Oh, whoops. We make this weaker, though. It's not gonna... Might not show up after a certain point.
and you can still see a corner of the tiling background when you
Yeah.
turn very hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to address right now. Wow, it is just... The more I fight it, the less it goes away. I don't know what's going on. Am I going in the wrong direction? I'm a bit shifting it to the right. I don't know how big the angle increment is actually getting. Maybe I need to shrink the angle increment harder. Is that corner getting bigger or smaller? I can't tell. Okay, maybe it is getting bigger. Okay, let's try... Uh-oh. Hmm. Does bit shift not work the same way I remember? What's going on? Doesn't feel like it's slowing down. Okay, now it feels like it's behaving a little bit, and I just have to deal with that corner. But the problem with that corner... I don't have a problem with the tilt. I have a problem with the fact that it shows up. Because the tilt feels natural to me. In fact, I would make it stronger if I could. So instead, let's go back to that thing I was doing before. I was taking higher and higher powers of 1. Or multiples of 1. Or fractions of 1, sorry. There we go. Might have to add that offset back in, I don't know. That corner's still peeking in. Okay, let's get that offset back. 10 will probably do. Do 31 out of 32. There's a problem down there too. This offset might be too strong. Let's try 5. Just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. Maybe 3? Like it was about 2 pixels worth anyway. I mean, all this, and you're probably not going to be able to see this kind of behavior on real TV.
Yeah, don't forget the overscan.
I mean, I'm treating the blue border as the overscan. But here, we're doing banks, and it's the bank is still plenty strong enough to tell you that you're banking. I mean, it's not like a full 90-degree bank, but the background is behaving for the most part.
On my TV, I could probably not see rotation X, and only from rotation Y downward.
Yeah, but I just want to get this working on every display no matter what. So, I mean, for now, I think this is good enough. And then we can pop in some cloud sprites for some variety. And let's actually put up the... We don't have any actual sprites anymore. Let's put in... Okay, look, your mic keeps cutting in and out. You got
the sprites directly into the background.
Xenos. Okay, what?
I thought about baking the sprites, the cloud sprites, directly into the background, so...
But why?
Because then it would use up less memory.
How? I don't understand your logic there.
Well, now we have this 512 by 160 background, and if I paint some clouds on there, it would save memory.
What memory are you trying to save?
Well, I guess the one on VDP2.
But if we just pop them up as sprites, they'll be on VDP1.
Yeah, I know. I don't want them to be on VDP1 because we're already having so many issues with the memory on VDP1. I can barely get.
We don't know what we're having memory issues on VDP1. We know that you're for some reason the model is broken on there when it wasn't before.
But did it ever work on hardware?
I don't know.
Did you test the previous island on hardware?
No, but the thing about that is that Mednafen is going to tell us about memory issues. Mednafen knows how much memory there is. It knows what to map. So it doesn't sound like it's a hardware issue. It sounds like it's something wrong with the texture on a more fundamental level. I mean, don't make these assumptions that you figured out exactly what the cause is and now you're trying to circumvent it by not solving the actual problem. The problem is with the model. You're not going to solve the problem with the model by changing the way you put other stuff on the screen.
Yeah, okay, but still, I'm trying to not to put not to put everything on VDP1.
But we're not. But I mean, look, for now, let's just try to get something on screen. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah. You're right.
Sprites.h. So we can get rid of a lot of this stuff, actually. Load sprites. Draw player. And then we'll just try drawing a cloud.
I don't think I have any cloud sprites. I think I can give you a balloon.
No, I'm pretty sure I've got here. I've got plane.tga here. Well, I had to fix it, but yeah, it's there, and I think I also grabbed cloud.tga here. So we got the plane, we got the cloud, and I'm just going to try and put them on the screen for right now, just to put them on the screen.
All right, I ripped those from some wherever I ripped those.
Right. So let's take the thing. No lyrics on stream. Thing is, my playlist got freaking knocked out somehow, so I had to rebuild it again for like the millionth time. Player SPID. So player and HUD related geometry sprite ID. Cloud SPID. Let's make these externs. Okay, so let's copy over the code from Scenarium. Sprites. And game sprites from TGA as Joe. What did I call them? Joe image sprites. We don't need dummy just yet, but player SPID. And this is going to be plain TGA. But it's not in a subfolder, so I'm not gonna give it a subfolder. Let me just double check the I assume root directory means CD, as it should. And then we gotta get Joe color to magenta. If that isn't right, then I have to define a Joe color. It does not have magenta defined. Great, okay. That's fine. Two pi 5, 0, 2 pi 5. And what are we calling this? This is a Joe color. Magenta is equal. And the other one is Cloud TGA. So this doesn't break. Clear. Put player HUD on screen. And we copy this code over from scenario. Oh, not what I meant to do. Okay, so most of this code is crap except for the loading in code. Okay. So the primary here is relatively centered, at least, or I'm thinking of that wrong probably. But 5. Okay, let's just do -1, -1. We'll feel it out from there. Okay, did I misspell something? It's not out of, Yep. I forgot to get rid of this. Just checking if it'll load. It's not going to show anything yet because I haven't called the draw player function. Come on, wake up. Okay, so didn't break it by trying to load. Well, actually, I don't think I even tried to load yet. That's another issue. Okay, let's try to do it again. Okay. Initialize 3D planes. Load in assets. So wait a minute. If initialize 3D planes... Yeah, initialize 3D planes includes the loading code. Okay, so that's where that goes. And then draw 3D planes is the sum of our draw. So I guess we'll just have to add in draw player near the end of that. Draw player. Let's see if this does anything. Okay. So the cloud is not what it should be. And the plane is nowhere to be seen. I have... Is that thunder? There's no thunder in the desert. What's going on? Okay, so first issue is that I bet that these are indexed and I have not properly loaded them in. So let's convert these to, okay, image RGB. Oh boy. I hope I didn't break anything. Okay, let's try this again. Now, for some reason, before I was using full RGB for sprites. I forget if there's a reason for that, but let's stick with it for now. Dropbox, Blue Skies, Project, CD. Yeah, replace it. Same with the cloud. No, wait. I need to take it off the index first. Okay, and then the other thing is that when I draw player speed, okay, let's try putting this at 10. I bet that was part of the issue. Okay, there's the cloud. You can move that over to the right, but where's the freaking plane? Okay, it's pretty high up. Let's move it further to the right. plane is too high up, but the cloud is in a reasonable place. So the other thing is I want the clouds to be able to change shape or size. Now, if Ponut or Raimi were still on, I could probably do something. So let me see. Yeah, this plane is taking up a huge chunk of the screen. Let's put it lower down. And try putting it on 45, I guess. Some closer to the screen.
I can always render a smaller version.
Okay, that's a little too low. Let's try 80. Let's see if we can't put it on 40. So the thing about it is with this, the way that this is being done, that plane is going to be burned into the screen because it's going to be there all the time. So hopefully no one's going to be playing this on a plasma.
Well, in bulk slash the I think the fighter was always in the same position.
So what time is it right now for you?
10 p.m. and 20 minutes. 20 past 10 o'clock. I'm so happy to see this right now.
So the thing is, I don't like how weak the bank is. I want to make the bank stronger. Because it feels like you're barely tilting the way the plane is oriented relative to the horizon. Well, I am not a fan of this song. That's off the list. I am a fan of this song, but it's too edgy for stream. Okay, that's good enough. So, rotation. We got to make the rotation stronger, but then we got to make the compensation for it bigger. Oh, it's almost not even worth having a background anymore. Okay, we'll deal with that another time. The controls are what they are. I don't know what else. So let's put that to the side and let's try to look at what's going on with the model tester. So okay. You put in what? Building an island 10. Or what do you what are you using?
Well, no, it's isn't it synchronized?
I'm working out of the Blue Skies folder.
I was. Oh right, is there a model? I was working out of the scenery works folder.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. Let me just grab the current model and put it in here. Just okay. So where is the most recent build?
Well, of the mountain, it should be in the scenario works folder in the ZTP converter. It should be called.
Wait, the scenario?
Yeah, wait. Let me. That's always where I found the ZTP converter, and that's where all my island stuff is.
Okay. So just looking at out, the out folder, I am what's the file name that you told that you're using right now?
It's ISCHNK03. That's the newest
Okay, so let's make this a more reasonable name. Isle chunk 0003. Okay. We'll do 3 files. We'll do the 2 that I know are working, and then we'll add a third one. So we got buildings. We got one version of the island. I mean, even with the rotated textures, save for the magenta portions, it's not the worst. And then you have this guy. And this guy crashes, you said, on...
Yeah, and the island 10 crashes immediately. Like it won't even load the island. The island 10 model crashes immediately on hardware.
Okay,
or
but
freezes.
not on Mendefin.
No, not on Mendefin.
Okay, so let me give this build a shot on hardware. Let me see if I can load up. So let me more lyrics. Come on. So here's the thing. Hoppage. Whoops. So it's on, but is it going to detect the Saturn? I was doing this on the Genesis the other day, so it's an open question. So the thing is, I don't think OBS is picking up the hoppage right now. Yeah. Okay, so the Saturn is hooked up. Let me make sure that the input is set correctly. Like I probably need to have like a manual for this TV setup. Okay, so yeah, all the inputs are going through the correct places. I think just because the hoppage wasn't on at the time that I started this thing up, I wasn't able to have it hook into OBS. But the idea that this thing is crashing on hardware but not on Mendefin is kind of weird to me because the inaccuracy with Mendefin is a performance boost and some other stuff, but it's not whether or not the thing can even load.
Well, it's loading, but it's showing the debug menu, but it's freezing. Maybe it's my SD card. Maybe I should use a different SD card or test more.
Okay. So I don't want to leave people on a... Yeah, so it's not even picking up the volume from the hoppage. I don't know what's going on. No HDMI signal detected? I find that very hard to believe. There, see? Okay, so I can load that. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, OBS just doesn't like to... Anytime you change something in OBS, it complains. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to do this as like the worst version of this possible, and you're not even going to be able to hear anything, but that's not really the point.
There's no sound anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Now, which one of these guys is my development SD? I think it's the 64-bit or gigabit, but I'm not sure. Okay, I was playing with this old SD card. It's probably dead. It's been in use for way too long. I can't write to it anymore. But this guy... Yeah, that looks like... Yep. So here's the thing. Is 113 actually the latest hardware? I don't want to... Yeah, let me go check. Let me check the Seed Eater Discord just really quick, and we'll find out what the latest menu is. Menu 66. So let's drag that in here. Menu 66, and then we'll do model tester. And then we've already built this, so there's bin, queue, and ISO. So they're in here.
Using the ISO because of
Well, I'm putting all.
Phoebe can't do bin and queue.
Right. So I'm just gonna throw in the ISO just to see what's going on. We're throwing all the relevant files, and that way there's no excuses for it not to work. Okay, this thing's already ejected. All right. So let's put it back in the Saturn. There. Checking it. Oh, I don't like that. Well, the thing is, anytime you swap in the SD card or make a firmware change or something like that, something weird always happens. Yeah, okay, let's reset it. Okay, so we'll do model tester test on real hardware. And I cannot tell if this thing crashed or is loading. I know in the Seed Eater sometimes it takes a minute for things to load up. But you got...
It loaded quickly.
Yeah, it's not a lot to load up. So maybe... Here, let's try only 2 files and get rid of the new island file. Just get those other two things loaded in. Nope, no lyrics on stream. Okay, so just 2 models. Okay, well, let's try that then. So we'll replace these guys.
Are the face button and the L and R triggers, are they still mapped to the numpad on
The numpad? What are you
MadMap?
talking about?
Hmm?
What do you mean numpad?
The numpad, well, the num block or whatever, the numpad. I don't know what you call it.
Numpad as in on a keyboard? The numerical pad, the 10 key?
Yeah, that one.
How? What are you talking about? There's no... I don't have a keyboard
Well-
hooked up to my Saturn.
Well, in the documentation it says it's the face buttons are 1 through 6 and 7 and 9 on the numpad.
Where are you... What are you talking about?
The MadMap
You
documentation.
you map Mendefen's keys to whatever your controller setup is.
I don't have a controller.
Well, I mean, well, it's whatever you mapped it to. But you're the one that maps that.
Then it still must be the default.
Well, I don't know what the default is because I always just map it to whatever controller I have hooked up at the time. Still having issues. What's going on? Wow, I do not like this one. So the model tester just in general doesn't want to load up. What's up with that? Let's try just one file. Building.
Yeah, that building should work. Like it has basically no. It only has 1x8 textures, 8x1 textures, so whatever.
Yeah, solid color textures basically. Oh, right. Yeah, so that should work. It could be that model tester on its own, for some reason, the way it's built, could be fundamentally broken. I don't know. It might be the work area inclusion. I'd have to check. Anyway, let's try this one. If this one doesn't work on hardware, the thing is, Scenario runs on hardware, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it did so for me too, and the model tester worked for a very short time. I'm getting further than you with the satiator.
Yeah, so I don't know what's up with that. So with just the buildings. Yeah, the model tester doesn't want to load up at all. and I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe the work area thing's not doing it. Maybe thing is I have the RAM card plugged in. Maybe if I take it out, I don't know. Yep, it's not running. Okay, maybe we should call it a day because we've been at it for a little bit. We have the plane and some sprites on screen. I'll have to look up how to make sure those sprites can grow and shrink. I'm sure it's an easy call, but I always forget what it is. But once I use it once, I'll be able to do it whenever I want. What else is there? We have, at some point need to get the island to actually display inside the game. We can try one last thing, and like I said, it's the work area. So let's get rid of work area. Not even use it. Let's see if it compiles and runs. Okay, so there's something included that wants to be included there. Main.h. Oh, I think there's another thing, is that the Joe engine make file here. Work. Seriously? Nowhere? Work. Let's try area. Let's take blue skies. Compile.bat or the make file at least. Oops. So this one related to this one. Having gotten rid of any changes to work area. Okay, so it compiles again, and it'll run on Mednafen. So now we can, back in Model Tester, take this one, and this one. Put it back on here on top of Model Tester. And then maybe also do Blue Skies and see if just the normal Joe engine build of Blue Skies will put on there too. And run. And we will eject. Try again. Okay. And now let's put it back on the side. So first let's test out Blue Skies.
I'm gonna test it on hardware as well.
Okay, now this is an issue. This won't run either. Maybe it's a problem with the Speed Eater firmware or current menu version. Let me just double check and make sure I have what I need. You know what? I bet it's a problem with I'm using an updated menu. I might have had to update the firmware as well. I can't even find where I put my Sadiator folder. So yeah, we're at menu. Yeah, firmware 157, menu 66. So I'm a little bit behind, I think. Yeah. Okay. So we got our Blue Sky stuff. I hate when you search in Windows and you tell it to go to the folder that you want to go to, and it doesn't even take you where you need to go. It tells you, oh, you're inside of search results. So you don't even know what folder you're actually looking for. But okay, let's get my thing back out. So let's do a full update. Right? So we got the latest menu is 66. And the latest firmware is 157. And now we can eject. And we'll test out some safe bets before we start testing out new stuff. So the other stuff on the card should still work. Oh crap, is my battery dead? Because that will screw up the Sadiator right quick. It's been a minute since I've updated my battery, I think. Okay, so first let's test out Blue Skies. It's booting. Oh, sorry. You guys can't see anything. Yeah, I gotta align my TV because I can see the overscan on the right, but not the left or up or down. But I can see the top line on the top left, rotation X. So yeah, I think you need to adjust your TV so you can see all that stuff.
Probably.
Yeah. But this boots. Now let's go back to the model tester. And then I need to go out today, and hopefully some 2032s are on sale for Memorial Day. Okay. And if this works, we'll try putting in the whole thing. But it looks like it's booting up. Yeah. Okay, here in this one, the top line is cut off for me. So I don't know what to make of that. Maybe it's the difference between using Z-Stream tools and Joe Engine is that maybe the frame size. The frame rate's keeping up though. It's saying we're getting 60, 61. So it's not just a Mendefin speed up, it's real. Of course, this version of the model tester does not have the full model in it. So let's do all 3 files and try to load it up again.
Maybe I need to test with another SD card.
Well, things I've also changed some stuff, and also you're using the scenario model tester. We should be using the Blue Skies one because we're using the same build environment, the same version of Joe Engine. So you're switching things up. So if you're working on Blue Skies, work out of the Blue Skies work folder.
I didn't know that.
Ah, crap. Yeah, because Blue Skies is using the latest GitHub build of Joe Engine.
Oh.
Included in that is some extra VDP2 stuff and some updated, just some updated approaches to how he does things. So now Blue Skies model tester. Overwrite this old stuff. Eject. It says it's safe, but it's still on here. Okay, there we go. Took a second. So let's try to boot that up again. Yeah, I just gotta remind myself I gotta buy some 2032s. Because my Saturn managed to last for like almost 2 years on the same battery, so maybe I just got lucky. Okay, we got this guy. Right, or actually, we're on a delay, so, okay, there. So we see the buildings. And switching it, the island is there. That's a problem if... I'm literally capturing a window of another capture software because OBS does not like when you switch, turn things on while it's still running. And there's the mountain. Perfectly stable.
It's actually loading with all the textures on hardware.
Yeah. So, so the problem is on your end somehow, and I think it's because you're using the old model tester. Just use the Blue Sky setup when you're working on Blue Skies. And when we get back to Scenario, eventually, we will have to update some things and do a compatibility check to make sure nothing broke between Joe Engine versions. The other thing is that I've been talking with Waterfuel, who popped in but didn't really say much, but there is a chance that we may have some online capabilities coming down the pipe sooner than I expected. And if that is the case, we may not return to Scenario, but rather focus on Forsaken Plain after we're done with Blue Skies, because Forsaken Plain is meant to be an online game.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah. Well, just so everyone on the stream knows, whenever they see this archive, is that there are plans in the works to actually make, because it's a lot faster for me to develop Forsaken Plain than Scenario. If I can manage to make the online server and have it communicate with the Saturn, we might be able to get like an actual working MMO on Saturn, depending on the through rate. But I'm going to be depending a lot on Waterfuel for that. So yeah, the textures got rotated because I do have that rotation filter on the model loader. So you might have to, for every orientation, you might have to load up 4 different versions of a texture.
It's also on my end. I rotated them in Blender too, and
I don't think the Blender rotations are going to translate into the model itself.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So that's the thing.
I rotated the UV.
This is a UV map?
No. I have a UV map in Blender and I rotated it and then I textured it, but I didn't rotate the actual textures.
Yes.
You see that they're all rotated correctly if you rotate them back 90-degree clockwise. Like imagine all of them rotated 90-degree clockwise. They all align up correctly.
If you say so, sure.
Yeah, look at the
Like I'm just gonna take your word for it for now, and then next time we work on this, we'll be able to actually see it, I guess. But I guess right now we still have some assets that need build up. But next time, I guess we'll have the island ready to port into Blue Skies, so the plane will be flying over the island, and then I'll have to work on flight controls because it's kind of hard to figure out flight controls when you don't have anything you're flying relative to. But I think the plan for next time is that we have the island to fly over, and we'll have some clouds popping in and out to, simulate 3D movement. And then maybe in a few months, Blue Skies will actually be more or less playable, considering how simple the game should be.
like if you hold just
What?
if you just hold still for a moment, you can see that the ridges, the edges of the rock are on the right hand side, and if they flip downwards, they're on the edge of the rock.
Yeah,
On the
yeah, Zenos, I get it. We just it'll be easier to see when it's done. That's the thing.
okay.
So for now, we know we can get the island on hardware. There, this is the full island, or at least it should be. And then we'll have to be able to fly over it. I'll have to do some collision detection based off the height of this mesh. I'll probably just do some rough detection just to make it a little bit lenient and not worry too much about it. Yeah, I think that's it for the day. I'll go ahead and wrap up. Normally I'd say goodnight, but it's only 3 p.m. my time. I forget when we actually started, but it's been a little bit. And I'm guessing that you're soon for bed.
It's 11 p.m.
Okay, well, it's a healthy time to go to sleep at the very least. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. And unfortunately, I didn't do the Twitch stuff correctly, so probably nobody's still watching. But next time we'll be back on doing normal stuff, and maybe tonight I'll do a run through of like Sonic 3D or Sonic 3 or something like that. I don't know which. But yeah. And hopefully this will be uploaded on YouTube before the next stream. Anyway, bye everyone.
Yep. Thanks for coming in.